Eddie. Hello, Augie. Hello, kitten. Hello and welcome back to Art Therapy with Jen. Today I'm doing a page in my Try Anything journal. If this is your first time tuning in for this particular journal of mine, it's just like the name says, I try anything in it. So I may be using magazine for magazine collage or focal images, maybe doing paint for mixed media, stencils, inks, watercolors. I even did a video with gel image transfers. Just anything and everything that I have on hand, I just try anything. And I don't worry about the end result, if it's going to be good or what have you. I just play around, and I find that that is the way that I learn how these materials interact with each other the best. And it's just fun, y'all. There's no pressure to it. We're just having fun. We're making some little art pages and just having fun with it. So the first material I'm using here is this image. Y'all see me cutting the details out there, and I've had some people comment on my scissor skills there. I was a couponer for years and years and years, so I'm good at detail cutting. And I'm just going to start by gluing this image down. Now, I've had this image on my desk, goodness, going on a couple months now. I came across it. It was a jewelry ad, I reckon, and I know I wanted to use it, and it was just the perfect size for this journal. These are 8.5 by 11s folded in half, and this smaller image just worked out really well. And now I'm going to break out my apple barrel paints. These are just paints that I got from Walmart. They're 50 cents a thing, and I am just playing around, y'all. So I'm using a yellow there and an off-white and just mixing them together just to get different colors. I found that instead of just going in with pure yellow to start with, if I mix it with a white, or in this case an off-white, it gives me, I don't know, more visual interest to the page. And now you see I'm doing it here with the red and just smushing it around, and honestly, y'all, just playing around. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to use brushes. Like, I'm good at painting with brushes on the wall. Like, we're redoing my dining room slowly but surely right now, and I can do a mean latex paintbrush. But as far as these art pages go, I really like to just get my fingers in there and just smush that paint around. I feel like I have better control that way. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm left-handed. I don't know. But I just really enjoy that. And one nice thing about this, you may see a couple times, like right there, I mess up and I get paint on the guy there, the magazine image. The nice thing about it, if you can catch it right when you do it, this magazine paper is glossy, and you can usually just take one of your clean fingers and wipe it right off. So you don't have to worry so much about being precise or anything like that. And I decided to put the magazine image down first this time instead of laying the paint down first, because I've found in the past, depending on what type of paint you use, it creates a texture on the page, not just visually, but like physical, topical texture as well. And it can make the magazine image, especially if it's a thinner paper, kind of bumpy. And so I thought I'd try this, and I really like the way it came out. So now that I have my paint background on there and it's dried, I wanted to play with some of these Oxide inks. I've had these for a hot minute. I found them on crazy good sale. Gosh, it's been a couple Thanksgivings ago, and I've never used them that much. It was one of those, all these YouTubers had them, and I wanted to try them out. And so I want to start using these because, again, we're trying anything, right? So I have this cool, like, tire tread, tire mark I don't know what you call it, a stencil there, and I'm just taking a makeup sponge that I got at the dollar store years ago. I'm just using that to smush it around some. I do think these distress inks are kind of neat because they have pigment in it. It's not just straight ink, so it's kind of fun. And I'm just adding that purple in there and kind of smoking it around him and leaving it on top there to incorporate him more. And I want to mute that color a little bit, so I'm adding some of that cream color on top, but I'm offsetting it a little bit, so just to give it some more visual interest. I mean, that's what I'm telling myself anyway. So I thought it really added a neat element to that page. And that's what it's shaping up to look like. So now we're going to have a little bit of fun, because one of the things that's supposed to be nice about these oxides is that they're water reactive. So I seen all these people dripping and a dropping water on these oxide inks after they lay them down like I'm doing here. You know, my real fancy, I got a mason jar in my fingertips and we're just dropping the water down on there. And I really liked the effect it had, because the purple turned into more of this magenta, and it really blended in with the background. And I'm just blotting it up there, and it gave it almost a like corrosive, or I guess an oxide oxidized effect. And I really just it grunged that pretty purple up a little bit, so I was really digging it. And I was just playing with it because this is the first time I have ever done this, so I was just having fun. And there I got my heat gun out that y'all named Rosie. I like that. Just my little heat gun I got on Amazon a while back, and I'm just seeing what I can do with this water, because I see people online using their heat gun and kind of pushing the water around, and it makes patterns and stuff. So we were trying that out, but I got impatient, so I'm dabbing it with a paper towel too. It's the only thing I don't like about breaking out paints and inks and stuff, y'all, is I get very impatient. And y'all see there, as it's dried, the effect is subtle, but it's still there. And I was just really digging that extra element it added to the page. So again, just having fun with this one. And now I knew I wanted to add something else to it, so I just broke out my old stencil here that I have had since I took drafting classes in high school. Just an old school drafting stencil there. I think it might be a Statler, I'm not sure, and a gel pen. So just a black gel pen, playing around. Now I ain't a calligrapher, so I just went on Google and Googled some quotes, and I found one I really liked, and so I'm trying to write very carefully and really think about it here. I wrote, "Light the spark inside yourself." I found that one, and I thought it was really neat. And look at that, and I made straight lines and everything, y'all. I'm impressed with myself. If y'all see how I usually write on a day-to-day basis, where I have to write forms all day long, I had good handwriting at one time, but that is a time long gone. And then I had this idea of these like dotted arrows coming out, and just all these roadmaps and thoughts of his. And then I wanted to add these little X's here. I want them to look like stitches on top of some of those tire treads. Really easy to do, just X's and then put big dots on top, and it looks like stitches. It's something I really like to do, and it's just really shaping up, and I'm just really happy with how that black gel pen just wrote right on top of there. And thankfully it did not react to that oxide, because you just never know until you seal it with something. It's always reactive. And this was just a fun doodle time. Y'all know I love to doodle. I have a whole journal that I just doodle in, something that relieves a lot of stress for me, and I just have fun with it. And I just enjoy making these little lines and all these arrows and just adding a little more detail there. Going in, this one is a Decores, I think is how you say it, pen. It's like DECORESE pen. It marks really well. And I just started adding details, and I just was trying to figure out a white pen or marker that would work, and I settled on the Posca. I love this white Posca pen, y'all. Y'all see it quite a bit. I think it's the one I get more use out of than anything. And I went ahead and I started outlining him a little bit. I didn't want to be very harsh outlining, so I'm just kind of smoking him out a little bit on the back. I had to be really careful though, because that Oxide ink was reacting to the Posca. So I didn't do too awful much of that. And then just going in and doodling some more as well. I just have fun with it. Like I said, it's trying anything, having fun, learning some stuff, and especially in this one, not being afraid to pull out new materials like those Oxide inks and do something with them, because I bought them, so I need to do something with them, you know. So, and y'all know me, I'm not big on white space, and I just keep adding stuff until there's no more room. So I'm finishing up the page there. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and seeing this page come together. Hope y'all have an amazing day. And don't be afraid to try out new stuff, y'all, because at the end of the day, it's about having fun, being creative, and all that good business. So thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all next week. Bye, guys.